I'm Leonard Nimoy.
And I'm Jack Larson.
Mona Knox.
And looking at titles, Richard Rober, Bruce Cabot. Bruce Cabot had a long movie career. He must have done well over 100 movies. And he was in the original King Kong. Did you know that?
Yeah, of course I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it, and I just will go back when I saw the Billy Goat Gang on this.
Yeah.
When did you discover they were going to say the Billy Goat Gang? This was after we made the film. I was very surprised to see. I think somebody had the idea that we're going to do like the Dead End Kids, a sequel.
Yeah. You're right. It was going to be a series of films about a gang. Yeah.
You weren't going to be one of the Billy Goat Gang, were you?
No, actually, the Billy Goats is mentioned in the film. I remember Brad Jackson mentions the Billy Goats in the movie. Yeah. I'm thinking back about how this all started for me. The first meeting I had at General Service Studios, my agent called me and said, there's a lead in a boxing picture, and the part is right for you. Go to General Service Studios and see so-and-so. So I went and I arrived at this office. It must have been 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's a room full of guys who look just like me. And I thought, okay, so I'm in the ballpark here. And one by one, they're called in and they come back out and leave, in and out and leave, in and out and leave. And finally, I'm the last one there. Fella comes out with a piece of paper and he says, "What's your name?" I said, "Leonard Nimoy." He said, "Who sent you here?" I said, "My agent, Harold Swoveland." He said, "Well, did you have an appointment?" I said, "Yeah, my agent told me I did." He said, "Well, okay, wait just a minute." But it turned out I didn't even have an appointment. My agent just said, "Go," And I walked in. I met with, I think, Harold Schuster, the director, and Jack Broder, and Herman Cohen, who was the associate producer. And we talked for a few minutes. I left. I got a call in a couple of days to come back and see them again. And I kept going. I must have gone back 4 or 5 times. And I couldn't tell whether I was close to the job or not until one day they called me in and they sat me down in a chair and introduced me to a man who was a makeup artist who had done a great makeup job on Kirk Douglas in Champion, another boxing picture. So they said, "Tell us what you think." And just very professionally, he put his hands on my face and he's feeling all my bones and so forth. And he said, "I don't think this is the right young man for the part." Whatever chance I had just went down the drain. I wanted this job desperately. And they said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, his features are too sharp." And he said, for a monk, he should have more of a flabby, rounded face. So Mr. Broder said, "Well, this is the young man we're considering for the job," which is the first time I had any inclination that I was getting close to getting this part. And then finally, they called me on a given day and they said, "Come in tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, whatever it was, a Saturday morning." When I arrived, they said, "Go to bungalow such and such." And there were all of you people sitting around reading the script. And I walked in and I still didn't know what I was doing there. Nobody had said, "You're playing this role." So I said, "Am I supposed to be here?" And they said, "Well, go to makeup." I went to the makeup department, and it was the makeup man who told me that I had the job. When I sat down in the chair, I said, "What's going on? What are we supposed to do?" He said, "I have to work on some makeup for you. You're doing this part." That was the first inclination I had that was happening.
And I have to say to you, Leonard, that when because I saw this film just recently on cassette, and the one thing is that even whatever the makeup he put on you, you're still very handsome. You're very handsome. And when Mona Knox says, "Hi, handsome," when you come in later, I don't want to telegraph the plot. People watching this on DVD. But when she says, "Hi, handsome," you're handsome. I mean, they really didn't do
they didn't do an awful lot, no.
To do...
They were concerned.
That people would say, "Why are you looking at me like you're supposed to be horrible looking?"
I think you're right.
My grandson said that. We saw it recently. And seeing it on the TV screen, you don't realize that much difference on the other side of your face. He said, "Well, what's wrong with him? I don't get it."
No, I remember because when I saw the film, I saw it at the RKO Theater downtown. And I remember thinking, there's something the matter with this. And then I didn't know what it was. And then later when I saw it just last week, before we're doing this DVD thing, I realized, but Leonard's handsome. He's, I mean, this is not a...
I agree. They didn't do a very heavy job on me. I think the concern was they didn't want it to look like a monster movie. You know, they were afraid of making it too horrific, and people would be uncomfortable looking at me. So they, as you can see, they did my nose.
Yeah.
They did a little bit of a thing on my forehead, and a little thing around my lip, and that was about it.
Yeah. Well, I said to somebody that because the woman's face with Joan Crawford, in which she's horribly scarred, with Conrad White, was on the same. I said, but Leonard looks better than Joan Crawford in the woman's face, and they were trying to keep her still beautiful.
Yeah.
But it is true.
Well, Kathleen Freeman was so young for this part, too.
Yeah.
She was playing character actors when she was very, very young.
Yeah, she always did play characters. Yeah.
And that's Kathleen Freeman, who was...
I meant Kathleen.
She was queen of the original theater movement in Los Angeles, the Circle Theater and the Players' Ring.
That's right.
And
Joe Mell, who played my father, was also involved with the Players' Ring.
Players' Ring.
Oh, really?
Joe, because I knew all those kids. I worked in other theater stuff, and I presumed, Leonard, that you had done a lot of theater around town.
I did. Never the Players' Ring, but I did do a lot of theater, yeah. There was a theater on Los Angeles Boulevard called the Circle Theater, I think, and the Coronet Theater, and a number of theaters around town. I always loved the theater. I grew up doing theater. Started in Boston when I was 8 years old.
Well, I saw you at the Coronet in Jean Genet's Death Watch. This was after we worked together in Kid Monk Baroni.
Yes.
You were wonderful in Death Watch.
Thank you. Death Watch was we did a play in 1960, which was 8 years after Monk Baroni.
Yeah, well, I came to see you in that.
And we did the film in 64.
And Kathleen later had a big career also in New York.
I didn't know that. I thought it was always out here in television.
Yeah, no, she won a Tony or something, but... she was a very good actress.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody was looking at theater around town. Did you do theater, Mona, in town?
A little, but not that much. No, it was mostly television.
How did you get involved in this movie, Mona?
I can't actually remember. I seem to remember Herm Cohn more than anyone else. I think that Jennings Lang was my agent then with MCA, but I'm not sure. And they sent me over, and I didn't remember all the people, that well, but I know I had a couple of interviews.
Yeah.
The one thing that stood out in my mind was, and I told them I was going to New York because they didn't make up their mind. I heard they were thinking about Barbara Payton for it.
Yeah.
Barbara Payton or Gene Wallace, who were blondes, completely different to me.
Yeah.
But Barbara Payton got in all kinds of trouble.
She sure
So
did.
that was when they switched to me.
Yeah.
But that was the main thing I remember because I was sitting there on pins and needles. And then, because they hadn't made up their mind, I told them I was going to New York. And then they made up their mind.
Yeah.
And I stayed for quite a while afterwards. I noticed when I was looking back in the old books, Bruce Cabot became a friend of mine after that. And we did a television show right afterwards together. He had the same agent. So I did about 3 shows in a row with Bruce, and then he moved to Italy for a while to work with Flynn because it was getting slow here for him.
Yeah.
And that was about the last I saw of Bruce.
Well, I never had met him until we played scenes together with Lenny and Bruce Cabot and me and Kid Monk Baroni. But when I was a kid at Warner Brothers, I was at Warner's in 1948, he was a legend at Warner Brothers because he was Errol Flynn's best friend, and the stories which made Debbie Reynolds and I, we were kids, we were 15, and the stories they told about Bruce Cabot and Errol Flynn. There was a famous bedroom in Errol Flynn's house with a mirror in the ceiling that you could see through, and people would go up and watch goings-on.
Yeah.
And
Bruce
Cabot was a starring role in these stories, so he was a legend.
I think in the very end, from what I had heard from Nora, Errol's first wife, and the two daughters from that marriage are friends of mine and their grandson. And Bruce ended up, he worked for Errol all those years till just before he died. That whole group that sued Errol in Europe, I think it was Italy, Bruce Cabot was his best friend. Errol kept him working. Bruce sued him just before he died. They said it was true. I couldn't believe that.
I was told that too. By somebody who worked on the film. They were doing William Tell or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know what the picture
Some
was.
film, and Bruce Cabot was going to be in the film, and then the film financing didn't come through. I was told that story.
Richard Robert, do you remember him?
Yes, yeah.
He had just done a movie
bitter.
called, I think it was called The Well.
It was called The Well, about
Yeah.
Kathy
Yeah.
Fiscus. It was a fictionalized version about the little girl
Who was trapped in a well.
dropped in the well,
Yeah.
and which was the first thing where all the television cameras were on this well. They tried to go down and
Right.
rescue her, and I think he was nominated for an Academy Award. wasn't
Really?
he? For supporting part in the well.
Yeah. So he was coming out of that when they hired him for this job. He was very good.
He was a very good actor.
Yeah.
You have no right to be so intolerant, even of yourself.
So I was hired on a 2-week contract, and Screen Actors Guild the scale minimum payment was $175 a week, and that's what they paid me. So I got $350 base salary. I think I picked up another $40 or $50 in overtime. And there were 2 suits that were made by a company called Jim Clinton.
I remember Jim Clinton's
It
suits.
was
I
a
remember
discount clothes outfit,
Oh,
and
God.
they gave us the suits for screen credit. You'll see at the end of the movie it says Mr. Nimoy's wardrobe.
Oh, that's so
So I got the
funny.
2 suits, which were worth about $100 total. So I ended up with about $500 value, including the including the 2 suits. And happy to get it, believe me.
Yeah,
Happy to get it.
what we made then was so different
Yeah.
to today.
Certainly is. Everything looked good to me. I don't remember what they paid me, but it was on 2 weeks. I know I had 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I suppose it was the same thing that you got, Leonard. Certainly they wouldn't have paid me more, so I suppose I got $175, which was what I got at Warner Brothers.
Uh-huh.
And when and then Warner Brothers closed down, and then when I did the Superman show, that was in 1951, and nobody knew what contracts were
Yeah.
at the time. So they wanted me to play Jimmy Olsen in the Superman show, and the contract was. It looked better to me that it was for $250 a week because I only got $175 for Warner.
yeah.
So it looked good.
Big
But-
money, yeah.
So that's what I did the Superman show for, and those have never gone off the air. I don't know what you got paid in Star Trek, but I've said because we basically shot 2 shows a week that first.
It was not a lot of money.
So I got $125 a show, and I've been asked. I'm sure you've been asked on interviews. What do you think of people getting? There's
it's
beautiful
incredible.
Arlene
Incredible.
Roberts.
$1 million per episode.
Exactly, friends.
Oh.
I'm glad for them.
That's great. But we kind of carved out the territory for him, Jack.
Yeah,
The first
unbelievable.
season of Star Trek, but 23 or 24 episodes, my entire pay for the year was $37,000 for the whole season.
Yes,
And now people are getting $1 million a week.
an episode.
Yeah.
And we made the classics. Those won't be on as long as Star Trek and Superman, but we didn't get paid, and they never.
Yeah. Here's Aline. Oh,
Isn't
Oh,
she? She
she's
was
so
sweet
lovely.
Aline.
sweet.
Sweet Aline, yeah.
She was a great, great friend of mine.
Yeah.
And
Sweet lady.
and she'd done some big films.
Yeah.
Union Station with William Holden, and
Yeah.
she
That's
starred in.
right.
The
That
Red
was
House,
Barry
was
Fitzgerald.
it with Edward G. Robinson?
And Lon McAllister
Yeah,
and Judith
Lon McAllister,
Anderson,
yeah.
and a big film at MGM with Susan Peters.
Uh-huh.
Sign of the something, Sign of the Ram, I think. But Aline was a young Lillian Gish.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Look at you.
sweet.
I'm sorry, Leonard, you look really handsome.
Yeah, I agree.
And,
It's strange. This angle doesn't show the makeup very
no,
much.
what
you
is
know?
this monkey? What is this? Don't look
Yeah,
at my face.
Yeah, I thought it was because I was watching it on a television
Yeah.
screen because that's what we noticed.
No, there just
too.
was not a lot of
He
makeup.
looked so
done.
good.
Yeah.
They were very hesitant, very conservative
Yeah.
about it.
Talking about this and that.
Well,
Let's stop beating around the bush and get to it.
I loved Richard Rober's voice. He had a beautiful speaking voice.
I don't know if you remember, we shot this movie in 9 days.
Well, that's what I would. They asked me how many days I worked on it. I don't remember because I wasn't in it as much as you two.
Yeah.
So I may have just gotten paid for 1 week or something because it was only a few days.
We had a 10-day schedule, and we actually finished up a day ahead of schedule.
That's unreal.
Shot it in 9 days, yeah. We had long scenes without any coverage, just a long, wide, one wide shot, do the whole scene, and move on. You know. Like this, for example.
It's so different.
See,
with
my
it.
memory is a little bit different. This was due to Harold Schuster, who I admired, who had done My Friend Flicka at Fox with Roddy McDowell, who was a longtime friend of mine. My memory, because I had a 2-week contract, was that it was going to be 12-day schedule. We were going to shoot it in 12 days. And this is, maybe you didn't know this, but this is what I was told by Harold Schuster's assistant, that Harold Schuster decided to use handheld camera, which was very rare, for the kind of gang fight scenes and your big fight scenes, to pick up time on all the action, to save time for the scenes with you and Mona Dox and you and Aline and me, the dramatic scenes.
He
wanted extra days for the dialogue scenes, and so he picked up time, and that they discovered, the production office discovered that he was 3 days, now this is what I was told.
Ahead of schedule.
3 days ahead of schedule, and they said, bring it in 3 days early. And so he suddenly had to scurry, and though he saved time to do the dialogue scenes, he had to...
the whole thing was cut short.
And that's my memory, but it came in at 9 days, didn't it?
9 days, yeah.
Well, that would make sense from what, because I thought it was, he'd saved 3 days. To be leisurely with your dramatic scenes, Leonard and Mona and Aline, who's not here.
And it's a 2-hour film, so that's really fast.
This is the fight with the Billy Goat Gang.
This is the Billy Goat Gang.
These are the Billy Goats.
I never knew there was a Billy Goat Gang.
Yeah, these are the Billy Goats,
Either,
I was shocked when I saw the film downtown at the RKO Theater. I thought, my God, are we the Billy Goat Gang? What it's like the West Side Kids? Or, but it wasn't cast that way, you see. It's not cast to be a Dead End Kid sequel movie. This was an afterthought.
It was a way of promoting the movie. Advertising.
Well, they're doing sequels.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day and told him about this movie. He didn't know about it. And he said, "What's the title?" I said, "Kid Monk Baroni." He said, "You played an Italian?" I said, "Yeah." How did that work? Well, the fact is, I grew up in a mostly Italian neighborhood. So when I read this script, I really knew this life. I knew these people. I knew what it was all about. I felt very comfortable with it.
Well, I had the same thing. Angelo is Greek. I look about as Greek as I don't know what. But
you could pass for Greek, Jack. Really, look at this. You could. You were good, Jack.
Well,
you could do anything.
Pardon?
You could do it. You could do it.
We were trying. I was trying real hard to be a fully accomplished actor. I was studying with Michael Chekhov. I was in his group. I had a group with Akim Tamirov, Maria Usmanskaya. They let me in this group. They were all the gang from Russia. Wednesday nights in his living room near Tower Road behind the Beverly Hills Hotel in San Ysidro. I was really trying hard. And but I got in Superman and I became Jimmy Olsen. And all my good work trying.
It wasn't your destiny to be a Russian tragedian.
Exactly. I mean, I thought I'm going to do the Cherry Orchard. I'm going to do Hamlet one day. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows. Well, I didn't do anything.
Of the Daily Planet.
Yes. Golly, Superman. I never thought you'd get here in time. That's what happened to all my... oh, well. That's fortunate. Actually, we're here today
Yeah.
because of
You're very good in the fight scenes.
yeah.
Did you work out and train much for it?
Yeah, they sent me to to an athletic club. They sent me to the Hollywood Athletic Club where Mr. Brody had a membership, and I worked out there with a boxer for not a lot, but for about 2 or 3 weeks before we started shooting.
Yeah, because you look like it. Yeah, it looks good.
Defeated opponent can lay there for all I care. They're booing me, not him.
They're really good boxing scenes. You know, Aben Candell, because I'd been at Warner Brothers. Aben Candell was one of the top writers there, who wrote Kid Monk Baroni. But my memory is he wrote City for Conquest.
That's right, he did.
He did.
He did.
Which one of the
With
best
Jimmy Cagney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
And then we split a pool table.
A very classic boxing story.
We get twin beds.
And I was asked what I thought of the part I'm playing in this. And I said, well, if it done at Warner Brothers, when Cagney would have played Kid Monk Baroni and Arthur Kennedy would have played my part, it was always
right.
the best friend.
That's right.
Is
That's
the way
right.
it would have been cast at Warner's. But luckily, Leonard
Luckily,
it was done by Jack
it
Brody.
was us. Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Get us a gold watch.
All these watches ticking away in my safe, they're driving me
And I worked with that nice old gentleman many times
Did
on
you?
Superman. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
came in
really?
as the wizard, the nefarious scientist on Superman.
Do you remember his name?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know his
But I
name at
remember
all.
very well his acting style. Because no matter what you did, he
Yeah.
did exactly what he did. You know, there were actors that absolutely rehearsed. There's nothing. You could have hit them, and they would have
Yeah.
gone on with exactly what
Same
they
thing,
planned
right.
to do.
Here it comes. Here's the performance.
They were going to do their shtick.
Yeah.
Germs are crawling with golden glovers. We don't know anybody on the west
Off
side.
come the glass.
And I was trying to be natural and spontaneous.
Yeah.
Listen, and I'll tell you. You go up to
Well,
Great.
private gym, 10th Avenue and 48th Street. Walk up one flight.
Going to the gym. Oh, we're going to meet Bruce Cabot.
we're
now.
going to meet Bruce Cabot,
Yeah.
who was a very good actor. He's
Yeah.
wonderful in King Kong.
Yeah.
He's the leading man.
Yeah.
He tries to save Fay Ray, but nobody could save Fay Ray.
Well, I was so new then that, I was very insecure. And Bruce, I can remember trying to help me,
Yeah.
on the scene that I did with him.
Uh-huh.
And then the film we did right after this, it was called The Perfect Gentleman. And he's a rough truck driver, and I'm a society girl. And I'm trying to make a gentleman out of him and teach him to speak French. Well, he spoke French fluently. He was from New Orleans.
Yeah.
So he would teach me the French, and then in the part, I would be teaching him, and my pronunciation, I don't think, was ever right. But he was, he was very helpful. Older actors were very nice to young people then.
Yeah, he was a very professional guy. I love the way he took command of a scene. Very, very strong
He
actor.
gives a very good performance
Yeah.
in this film.
Yeah.
We ain't good at this double talk. But
And
my buddy here's got the
my
makeup
memory
of a
is that
fighter.
after this he married an Italian noblewoman.
She was supposed to be,
Really?
Carlotta something or other. She was supposed to
to
be,
royalty.
and she thought he had money and he thought she had money. It lasted about a week. They were both flat
Oh, was
broke.
that-
Yes.
That's the story.
They used to be at all the parties, and she was decked out in these robes, complete phony.
So he had to return. He had to return to Errol Flynn
Exactly.
and get work. Well, he was a nice guy.
Oh yeah,
Face is old. It's atavistic. It's almost.
but he spent his life,
Come on.
with no money, one job to the next.
Yeah.
Just barely squeaking through.
Well, it was a peculiar time in the industry.
We slept on a pool table.
If you don't make it big today, it's still that way. And I think
Yes.
there's so many young actors out
Well, they
here now.
used to protect you if you were in a contract to a studio.
Mm-hmm.
and try to
Look, I hate to teach anybody anything.
not let you
One
do
lesson I'll
parts that
teach
you couldn't do,
Never lose your temper.
which actors now,
Fighters, I say never lose
they
your
become
temper,
stars and they do a lot of parts they
especially
can't do.
if you ever find
Do
yourself
anything
grappling
that's a
to lose,
job.
the
Yeah.
snarl spits show you back
They're
somewhat a real
non-union, so
primitive
you
show
don't have a lot of it. So
Monk Baroni.
Okay, okay.
Would you like to see him box?
We were a couple of kids, Shaq.
Yes, we were.
that's for
Leonard,
sure.
Leonard, younger than springtime, were we? La da da dee da.
I was a baby trying to be so sophisticated.
Oh,
You were hot, Mona. You were hot.
Oh, they kept telling me I wasn't sexy enough, and I kept
Oh,
trying harder and harder
please.
to be
Mona.
sexy.
Oh,
They about
please.
ruined
Mona,
me.
you were what a temptress. Wait until we see you.
Yeah.
I just read this.
Whoever told you weren't sexy was blind.
Well, that's
were
what
hot
they were
stuff.
pushing in those days, and then trying to get out of those parts. You know, after I'd gone to New York and studied, it was so hard
Yeah.
to get out of them. The career was like gone by the time you learned to do something else.
You got tight. This I remember, Bruce Cabot. I think, yeah, because I was going to write like I couldn't write. I don't know. I had a little Michael Chekhov bit with that pencil. Bruce Cabot said, "What are you doing?" I grabbed the pen with a full fist, and was going to do something like I was Angelo, the uneducated from the streets. He said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I don't do my signature well or anything like that."
Yeah.
He said, "Well, that looks really funny." So I held it like I went to grammar school. Montage.
Yeah.
Now these were all handheld. Do you remember?
Yes. Yes.
And it was very rare. It may have been the first time they'd done
Yeah.
fight scenes.
Yeah.
I think my memory is that Harold Schuster had done handhelds with the horse and My Friend Flicka and all that. Been able to get a lot of action stuff, and that's why. And then they brought in.
Harold was good. Harold was good.
Pardon?
Harold was good. He knew what he was doing.
He was a very good director. Was a fine director.
Yeah.
But he wanted those 3 days for the dialogue scenes, for the the dramatic scenes. There you are.
In my Jim Clinton suit.
There's Bozo the Clown in the background.
Lost track of Richard Roebuck.
Pardon?
I lost track of him after this movie. I don't.
Because he died.
He was in
Died
a
young.
car
He
accident.
was in an automobile accident.
Is that what it was?
Yes, someone told me it wasn't much after this. He was going to New York, driving or from, and had a car accident.
Yeah. It was right after this film because he was doing well, and The Well was exactly at that time when it looked like some very good B films. Let's be straight about it. There were programmers at the studios, which were really programmers. If you weren't account to the studio, you tried to stay out of the programmers.
Yeah.
If you were at MGM or Warner Brothers or whatever, but it was the rise. There were suddenly some good. Stanley Kramer came along.
Yeah.
And he had a film called The Sniper, I remember.
Right.
And there were suddenly some B films that were doing very well, and it was and getting good critics and being in distribution competitively, and that was the beginning of the demise of the major studios because they couldn't own their theaters anymore.
Right.
There was this thing, the government came in and said they had to, Warner Brothers owned Warner Brothers Theaters, RKO, MGM, Lowe's.
They had to give up their theaters, yeah.
And because of these independent producers who wanted to compete, they couldn't do block booking, and they had to compete for the bookings of the films.
Right.
And this script, when I was given the script, which my memory, well, I know it did. It had on the title page it said "The Face," Abe and Candell, just on a piece of paper, not on a thing. And this looked like a very good Warner Brothers film, like City for Conquest or something.
Yes.
I thought it was a very good script.
You're right. It did have that kind of Warner Brothers feeling about the whole thing.
Yeah, and I thought, gee, this is going to be this is a real opportunity in a good film.
Gritty little street story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's always that same story.
He's my manager, not my friend.
It may be that Abe and Candell wrote it, but there's a film, I won't know what it's called, but it's Cagney and Pat O'Brien, where Cagney is bad, and it's the Dead End Kids, actually. Cagney's worshipped by these bad kids on the block, and he's going to the electric chair.
Oh, yeah.
And Pat O'Brien asks him
to cry.
Yeah, Angels with Dirty
Yeah.
Angels with Dirty Faces.
Is that what it was?
Because he's going to go bravely to the electric chair.
Right.
And Pat O'Brien said, these kids are going to go on being criminals because they admire you. Why don't you give them a break and lose your courage? Because they always say, oh no, he's going to die like a man.
Right.
And so then Cagney breaks down and cries, no, don't kill me, and fights on the thing. So these kids, it's that kind
To
of
set
film.
these kids on the right path. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and they're all disgusted because their hero.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that coat, but it's stupid. Not from Jim Clinton, but the coat's a little big for me. That lovely
You look
blazer.
good, Jack. You look very good.
Well,
Looks great. Oh, this is just a start.
it wasn't my coat because I got very uppity when I first started to buy clothes, and I only bought clothes at Brooks Brothers in downtown Los Angeles, which were next door to the LA Athletic Club, and they didn't have an actual store. You went up to the ninth. It was so chic. We'll talk about him in a bit. Johnny Archer was his real name. He used a screen name, Archer McDonald.
Yeah.
And but you'd go up to, I think it was the 8th floor, and it was like an office building, and they had all these tables laid out with Book Brothers clothes, from New York. And somebody told me that this was the best clothes, that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in a Brooks Brothers suit at the Ford Theater. So nothing could keep me away from the 8th floor of this office building. And Brooks Brothers clothes never had padding, or anything. And Johnny Archer, he was a real nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember meeting him. I don't think I did, because I don't think I'd forget.
I don't think you had any scenes with him, Mona.
No, I
Pardon?
didn't. I didn't
No.
have any with anyone but you and Bruce. That one with Bruce, the rest were all with you.
Well, we became friends, and once actually we were in San Francisco. They said we had dinner in San Francisco, and he was from a high society family in Los Angeles. It was one of the reasons why he changed his name. He had a little name problem in the Screen Actors Guild. Because it was a John Archer before. And there's the beautiful Lillian Roberts.
Eileen.
But Johnny Archer was a stockbroker.
Oh, really?
And his family were members of the LA Country Club. He had a brother who was successful, and he wanted to be an actor, and it was very disapproved of by his family. And so he called himself Archer McDonald, so not to shame them
Oh, wow.
at the LA Country Club. Where
Really?
actors, are not allowed.
Oh, really?
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
you
know
don't know
that.
that? Oh, no. Actors aren't allowed at the LA Country Club. Look at Elaine.
She was beautiful.
She was
sweet.
beautiful and sweet. And
Yeah.
Lillian, the new Lillian Gish,
But you're not dancing on your hands.
I adored her.
Lieutenant skip and rope.
I still do. We talk, and
You told me that's wonderful. You've kept
Pardon?
in touch. That's wonderful. You've kept in touch all these years.
well, we dated.
Oh, I
And,
didn't know that.
Yeah, and actually, there's a picture I hear about often that's on the in the office. It's framed in the office in Paris of the Charlie Chaplin Enterprise. There's a big Charlie Chaplin thing because I was invited and took Aline to a very glamorous party where Charlie Chaplin Jr. and his hot girlfriend were, and a picture was taken of Aline, him, and this beautiful girl who was a kind of Marilyn Monroe type, and we were all out at the swimming pool in swim trunks, and the Chaplain Society has this picture of us, and I hear about it because people go in who worship Chaplain. She was a darling and a very good actress.
This whole movie was shot, as I recall, on the sound stages in Hollywood, small studio.
General Service, I think.
Yeah, one general service studio, with the exception of one shot that we did on a street downtown of me going into a church. Other than that one exterior shot, all of this was shot on a stage. They were still using what they called process with the rear screen projection. So you'd sit in the car like this, and you'd seem to be driving, and they ran film behind you that made it look like you were traveling.
I remember standing and watching you do this shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Charlie Van Anger, cameraman.
Yeah.
Nice work. He did nice work. He had good control of light.
It's very well shot. And
Yeah.
once again, you look handsome. Leonard, you're going to say you look bad.
Well, I'm in the dark here, Jack. You can't tell me.
No. In the, you're going to say something to her, as I remember in the dialogue, but you don't. You look real good. And you have a different Jim Clinton suit on.
Yeah.
This looks tweedy.
Yeah.
You may get the chance to see me fight yet.
And Aline now has grandchildren.
Really?
Yes. And lives in Huntsville, Alabama. There you are.
There's Mona.
There you are.
So hot, Mona. You were so hot.
When I saw this the other day, I noticed I wore all my own clothes except for the furs. And that furrier that loaned the furs to us for it told me to come to him if I ever needed them for occasions. So for a year or two afterwards, every time I had a function to go to, he'd loan a fur coat to me.
Yeah.
3 of a kind.
Guess I don't make the grade tonight.
Nice
Very
and
beautiful.
thin then.
So long, champ.
Great.
Very
Perfect casting.
perfect.
The femme fatale.
I was so bad.
It was really good.
A temptress
Yeah.
and very.
My grandson, the one line in it later on where I say, after all, I'm a working girl. And my grandson, he said, what kind of a part is this? What were you doing? They didn't use that expression, working girl, in those days like that, I don't think.
You could see some of the detail on the makeup in that shot.
Yeah, the bump on the forehead showed up
Yeah,
more in this
yeah.
shot.
He amazed me when he walked into this room. Watch this. Watch this. He just comes charging in and takes over. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in charge here. He's great.
The Mysteriosos of Cauliflower Alley, those slick, soft-spoken gentlemen that they referred to as the...
Yeah, he was a lot older than the three of us. There's a big
Yeah.
difference there, more experience.
I learned a lot from him.
Depends on how well you draw, but
I
you
learned a lot from watching the way he stepped into a scene.
Yeah.
Look, Monk,
And the part, I don't know whether he thought it up or it's even Candle, but the part has kind of depth. He's an intellectual.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting.
There were comments on the fact that he was always reading. He was always reading, and he referred to me as having an atavistic face.
Yeah.
Your face is old, but you're atavistic, he said. The language was very cultured.
pie.
Yeah.
And fronting for the syndicate, make certain the pie is on the table.
And he always played a tough guy,
Yeah.
practically.
You put up a big battle before you hollered mama.
Monk, I leave the heroics to my fighters. They're better equipped for it. I didn't come into this game to go out with any medals. I was attracted to the cash. No reporter will ever quote me as
Somebody
saying
came
I
up to
didn't
me
come
once
into
in
the
New York
game
and
only
said
because I
that
enjoyed the
who had seen this film. I don't know how it hadn't been exhibited, but they had seen the film. I guess it had been on television a couple of times or something. And they said, it's the ultimate sci-fi cult film. I said, how so? And they said, because Leonard Nimoy, from Star Trek,
Yeah.
Spock, you, Jimmy Olsen from Superman,
Yeah.
and Bruce Cabot from King Kong.
Right.
So
Right.
this is
Right.
the ultimate cult classic
A great combination.
with the three of you.
Funny.
But very good actor he was. A lot of class.
Mm-hmm. With these gentlemen. They don't want you because you're a great fighter.
And why tag me?
I told you they're smart. They balance the fighters they control. They never match similar boys. That would be boring. Public wants variety. The clever counterpuncher against the slugger. The Hell's Kitchen.
Your clothes look very good in this, Leonard.
Dream pussies, angel faces, gentlemen boxers, killers.
What am I supposed to be?
Well, they didn't tell me, but I understand what they need is a real dirty fighter.
We're going to meet the syndicate, the heavyweight money guys.
Yeah.
How'd you get that? I was fighting Pretty Boy Jones.
I recognize both those character actors.
The one on the far right sitting, I'm trying to think what I recognize him from. I've seen him in a lot of things.
Yeah, Paul Maxey.
Ah,
This gentleman, I don't remember.
I don't
as
either.
well. But the other was Paul Maxey, who did a lot of movies. A lot of
Yeah.
movies. I knew who he was. Yeah.
You know.
I remember him.
You watched the round? You saw the winner.
I sure did.
Don't forget him, Monk Baroni. That's the fighter we buy. And from here in, that's the way you fight.
Hey, Monk. Monk, come here a minute, will you?
I wonder where I got that little cut-off sweatshirt.
Uh-huh.
Fighting Sailor Judson in Newark next week.
How does he look?
You know, that's a funny thing. You never ask me, can he punch? Is he fast? What's his reach? Is he strong? It's always, how does he look?
That's all I'm interested in.
Well, I'll tell you, the sailor's a good-looking, clean-cut blonde boy.
I'll fix that.
You hate every man you fight, don't you?
Just evening up a score. That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event.
Were you aware of what other films that Charlie Van Ingeren shot?
No, I really wasn't. I didn't know much about him. No. But he did this very well, considering the speed.
Very well. It's
Yeah.
very well lit. I mean, it looks.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing.
Yeah.
You boys both know the rules laid down by the Athletic Commission. I want a nice
Were these guys fighters or actors?
I think we had a combination of both. A couple of them were pretty good boxers.
A lot of the boxers, and that would have been a real referee. And the one who was at Warner Brothers, who worked on all these films, Mushy Callahan.
Yeah.
Did a lot of Mushy, did
Yeah.
a lot of things, and would work out people at Warner's. Nice little bandages, Leonard.
Just one fight after another.
Well, you know, over a period of years, I had forgotten. I thought I was the one that got you to change your face until I saw it recently.
Yeah.
That it was Eileen that had you change it. And I didn't come into it till it was changed. I didn't remember that.
By the time I look like a real ape, I'll have a bankroll. I don't know if my build-up is good, but it sure is fast. Fans are paying more and more to see me get slugged.
Hurt much?
Sure it hurts. That's my job, to get hurt. People pay good money to see me get hurt. Maybe get killed. But don't feel sorry for me, Emily. I like this plaster. The patches and the cuts, they help hide my face.
I don't remember, Leonard. You were already married when you did this film?
No.
You were married afterwards, because
Yeah.
when we saw each other, and years later, you were supporting a family. And
Yeah. This film was made in late '51. It was released in '52. I got married in '54.
Did you?
Yeah. While I was in the Army. I went away for 2 years in the Army. And during the first 4 or 5 months, I was in basic training up at Fort Ord in California. I came down to LA on a 2-week leave and got married to a girl that I had met the year before. Stayed married for a long time, 33 years, and then finally it ended. Yeah.
I remember very well. I used to see. And how many children did you have?
I had 2 very quickly.
Yeah.
They're in their late 50s now, or excuse me, late 40s, 50ish. Daughter and a son. I have 5 grandchildren.
I remember always you were working hard to support everybody. And
Yeah, well, this film did a lot for me psychologically, because it gave me a lot of confidence that I could do work. But shortly after it was released, I was gone. I was in the Army, as I say, for 2 years away. When I came back out, there was very little career to pick up on. I went to work driving a taxi for a while, and because we already had one child who was born while I was away in the Army, and we were expecting a second. So I was doing odd jobs for several years after I came back out of the Army.
I remember.
Someone told me you were teaching.
Yeah, I did that.
That was the only thing I had ever heard.
Late 50s, I started teaching acting classes for Jeff Corey.
Well, I thought you were teaching in the school system.
No. My son, you may be thinking about my son Adam. He did some teaching in the school system. Not me, no. I started studying with Jeff Corey. He was a wonderful coach. I started studying with him in 1958. And in 1960, I started working for him as a teacher, and I taught classes for about 5 years until Star Trek started.
I worked with Jeff Corey. He did one of the Superman shows. He was a fine actor.
Yeah, very solid actor.
He had a success doing at the, what was it called, the Actors Lab.
Right.
He did Abe Lincoln in Illinois.
He would have been a great Lincoln.
Near Schwab's drugstore.
Yeah.
They had that acting class.
Yeah.
And then I later had
he's fun.
Archer McJohnny Archer, I knew him as.
Yeah. I got a kick out of him.
He ended up sadly too. He was married, and nobody liked him being an actor, and he did quite well, Johnny. And he's in a film with Marilyn Monroe. He played kind of Edward Everett Horton parts, but he did a number of good things, but nothing really happened. And I know his marriage fell apart, and he died. I knew he had a bad ulcer and things like that. He was a very sweet guy.
Yeah, I heard he had died young.
He died young, and I don't know if this is true, so I probably shouldn't, but I was told he took his own life in the Coronado Hotel, a glamorous hotel down in Coronado,
San Diego.
San Diego. I was told that, but he died young. And
well, it's amazing. This movie was made 54 years ago.
It's a long time.
54 years.
Don't remember some of the things.
Yeah.
Wow. Hard to believe.
And I saw it that once when we previewed it or something. Was the only time I'd ever seen it until I ran it a week or two ago when David gave me the copy. It's a long time in between. You realize how much of it you'd forgotten.
Well, I don't remember going to a preview, but I remember seeing it because I had a friend like Leonard that was the Army and all that. But I didn't. I had a different experience with the Army, and earlier we won't talk during Nolan. Hey, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Gee, you're beautiful, Norma.
Mona, you look fantastic.
Very
fantastic.
Very rival to Ava Gardner.
Oh yeah.
May I add?
They used to say that a lot. Ava
I heard that
Jennifer
a lot about
Jones,
you. You were an Ava Gardner rival.
just found out.
Look at that wicked smile.
Mm-hmm.
What would I do with a fistful of cigars?
And other things. Wicked smile.
And other charms, yeah.
And other, there we go. Yeah, well, Mona, what a figure, kid.
A ball pen.
I was a dancer, so it was always easy. When you get older and start putting on weight, God, you can't stand it, because I always ate everything I wanted. And because of dancing, I never put on an ounce. And now everything goes on right around the waist.
Well, this time you had one of the smaller waists and one of the more beautiful figures. Small waist and a great bust, can we say that?
And the agents really played it up.
Yeah, well, they should.
They'd wear out. I had one knit dress that was tight. They made me wear that dress on every interview I went on. I got so sick of it. But that's what in those days. Yeah, that was what was selling you or getting you an interview.
Yeah, well, we all.
The Marilyn Monroe days, you know, where that was what was going.
I remember.
I went to see this movie in a theater with a girl that I was dating, and she said, Aline Roberts is very sweet, and she's the kind of girl that you bring home to mother, but Mona Knox is the kind of girl you have fun with.
Wasn't much fun in there. She tore him to ribbons. It was terrible. Yeah. Not nice.
I'd say you were living pretty good, Mona, for a girl who was working behind the counter in
exactly.
the lobby of a hotel. Wow.
I'm doing something else.
Yeah. Great clothes, nice apartment.
Well, it's revealed in a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Monk, let's get one thing straight. Every Joe that buys a cigar from me or rattles the dice in the cup thinks a date goes with it.
I don't. Took me a long time. And a new face.
So I went out with you. The date ends on the other side of the door.
I don't feel like leaving.
Please, I'm a working girl. I need sleep, rest. To hold my job, to make it pay off, I have to be attractive.
You mean all this? And the clothes you wear? You win all that across the counter?
I can't stop some of my dates from buying me small presents. Like that off-the-shoulder gown we saw tonight in Bergdorf's window.
Look at those eyelashes. Batting the eyes.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Hot stuff.
Now we know how you have this beautiful apartment.
Right.
And mink.
Yeah. Boy, she had on a lot of different fur coats in this, too. Mm-hmm. There were quite a few.
Angelo, get down to the bank and bring back some scratch, huh?
Like how much?
2 or 3 C's.
Jack's just disgusted with me here. Just totally disgusted. You're making a mess of your life, Monk.
Well.
You're crazy. Since you've been hanging around with June, here's the tab.
Well, it's...
One evening gown, $250. One stole, $600. Half a dozen pair of shoesies.
The list of clothes that he's been buying me.
Yeah, it's all...
Everything's going out. Nothing's coming in. Everything for June, nothing for Emily. Not even
that wasn't my suit either. I'm sure I never had that suit.
Really?
So somewhere, they must have had wardrobe on it. I don't know.
Where you going now?
But it...
I'm going to take $5 to your mom, and then I'm going to go look for a job.
But I remember seeing this with a friend of mine who was in the Marine Corps
You haven't said much.
in downtown Los Angeles
Mm-hmm.
at the RKO Theater.
No longer scares you.
Not a bit.
In fact, it fascinates you like hypnotism.
Can't a guy look at himself?
But you all saw it at a preview?
There was a preview, but eventually I saw it, I think, on a double bill with a Marlene Dietrich movie called Rancho Notorious.
With George Reeves is in that. Yes.
Was he? Yeah.
Yes, George is one of the few jobs they'd give him after he was typed on Superman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was double billed with that.
I think so, yeah.
On the street and we walked. To the restaurant.
Well.
You've got no thoughts for anyone but yourself.
And I seem to remember that somebody told me they'd seen it with Singing in the Rain in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it was double billed with Singing in the Rain.
Emily, nothing has changed between us.
It got some pretty decent press. Some of the reviews were nice.
Yeah, I found one that was very good.
Mm-hmm.
From the reporter.
How could you? Do you think this new face matters to me?
Well, you act like it.
I don't like you. I don't understand you.
Because I'm like any other guy with his girl.
Ooh. Oh, bad move, Monk.
Yeah.
Not good. Get a hold of yourself.
You don't treat a nice girl that way.
No.
Leonard. Oh. Well, Mona.
Looks like I'm going to lose my dress.
Is that called cleavage?
I'd say so.
You're going to catch cold, Mona.
Yeah. Tough.
Sultry and bad.
Oh, yeah.
Your character is.
No, Monk.
Can I smoke a last cigarette?
I told you, I want to go to sleep.
Came over you all of a sudden, huh?
Look, Monk, I don't care for hallway scenes, so I'll make this short. Let's say good night and goodbye.
Why?
You're in way over your head. You can't afford to go out with me. I like nice things, but I don't want.
This is the brush-off scene, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
In fur. Mona, is that ermine?
I think so, or
I don't
white
think-
mink or ermine.
Is mink ever white? I don't
It's
know.
bleached when it's white.
It's bleached when it's white. I don't know, but
I think it was white mink, but it might have been ermine.
And if anything, I'm a sensible girl.
Take in your welcome, Matt.
Wasn't this story a little bit like Golden Boy?
Yeah.
I can't remember Golden Boy exactly.
yeah, yes. Well, that was from the Golden Boy was written at the Group Theater, and it was later done with William Holden as a film.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember
And Barbara
that.
Stanwyck,
Right.
but it was a play. Clifford Odets wrote,
Right.
Yeah.
and the great star. Gee,
I want to talk to you.
I'm going to forget his
I
name.
may be going away.
He was a great star of the Jewish theater.
Luther Adler played the role
Luther
originally.
Adler, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Luther Adler,
Yeah.
Stella Adler's brother,
Right.
did
Yeah.
Golden Boy.
It was about a young boxer who was torn between making money as a boxer and playing
Violin
music as a
was one.
violinist. Yeah. And his father wanted to play the violin, and he just wanted to get out and make a lot of money and live a fast life.
Now that I'm broke.
You know that doesn't matter to me.
That was his conflict. And Monk's conflict was between trying to be a nice guy and trying to be an angry guy.
You promised we'd work it out.
Well, it worked
Confusion.
out. I got a new face, no friends, and I'm broke. Don't beef Emily. She didn't blow your bankroll.
I told you to put out of this.
You hit your friend Angelo. Not good.
I don't want to be Neil. Get out.
Not good.
I'll take you home.
Bye, Paul.
Leonard, you're real good in the film.
Yeah, really is.
The first film.
The Waldorf.
You really
You don't
carried.
happen to know a Monk Baroni, do you?
It's a big part.
Yeah, yeah.
Did know a Monk Baroni.
Know where I could find him?
You're too far uptown. Why don't you try one of those flea traps on the west side of the tracks?
All right, I will, thanks. Hello, Monk.
How did you find me?
That was easy. I just followed a trail of unpaid.
I'm looking at it now. I'm really becoming impressed with the number of sets and the character of the sets.
Yes.
They were small and they were well contained, tightly contained, but they helped tell the story very well.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Yeah, well, that's pretty.
This is a very much on the road down set.
Yeah.
Medic patched me up, made a few changes.
Few changes. I'd say that was the understatement of the season.
Well, I vote for it.
I don't, Monk. For me, the old
Soiled
paper could've sent me a lot
wallpaper.
better
Yeah.
fighting.
Maybe I ain't fighting anymore.
Give up the ring just for
Film noir shadows on the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
fixed your face, it didn't
No,
even
it's
help your
very
brain
well
much.
done.
That's
Giving
good.
it up. I'm gonna retire.
Retire on what? Your clippings? But Monk, you're just hurting yourself, not us.
It's surprising for the amount of money it costs them to do this too in comparison to what they do now.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So I quit.
No fighter ever quits, Monk. Once you lace on a pair of those gloves, you make a lifelong marriage. You never get away from it. When you leave the stadium at night after a fight, who sells you the morning papers? A blind ex-pug. You'll never get away from it.
Very good lighting.
Now, Monk.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you'll come running back to me. My advice is to make it soon. My associates haven't got too much patience. They may find themselves another dirty fighter.
Come on, champ.
Now, he was definitely not an actor. He was an old fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy massaging you.
All right, Monk.
Yeah.
Make it short and sweet.
I recognize him.
Remember, this is your first
I
time
grew up in
fighting.
Los Angeles.
Fighters out there
My
won't
dad
play
was a
action.
jock.
You ever
I was raised to be a baseball player, a shortstop.
Oh, really?
And I failed miserably, but we used to spend every Friday night at the Olympic Auditorium. I was raised eastern part of Los Angeles, Montebello, East L.A.,
Uh-huh.
Whittier, and we go down there. And so I recognize a lot of these
Uh-huh.
old fighters. And he's not in this film, but I actually worked at Warner's with Mushy Callahan.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go, boys. Now, you boys know the rules. I want a nice, clean fight. Keep all your punches in fair territory and break clean.
No, those are all the real thing. Look
Yeah.
at that guy's nose, the referee. And he's been slugged bad. But a lot of the famous athletes had jobs in the studios once their athletic careers were over. At Warner's, I suddenly realized a guy who I worship, who made the longest run at the Rose Bowl for USC, Cotton Warburton. He was my hero. 90-yard run, won for USC.
Wow.
The Trojans. My dad was a big Trojan fan. And suddenly I discovered that Cotton Warburton, my hero, was an editor at Warner Brothers. and then the assistant directors were often, great football players. Jack Warner was a big admirer of the USC football team, and they all got jobs at the studios, and of course, great prize fighters and all of that, and so you find them. In odd credits.
Sure did.
A lot of this fight was shot with the handheld camera that you were talking about. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, you proved you can dance, now fight.
A good sense of movement with the camera.
Yeah, no, it's really, really
Yeah.
good.
Like this.
Come on, punch a little bit. Give us some action, will you? Come on, fight.
But the lighting, look, they only have, I mean, there's not a lot of extras, but you have the impression
that you got a crowd. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a crowd at,
No,
at a
that
stadium.
part was done
The
very
way
well.
it's just shot very well and lit well.
Yeah.
What kind of a double cross is this? Start out with a tiger, wind up with a pussycat.
From here on in, that's the way I'm fighting.
Oh, no, it's not. Not for us or anybody else. I don't need you to play patty cake. If I want this kind of a bout, I can get a better one right out of an old maid's home.
Bruce Cabot could really play tough good.
Yeah.
And here we're going to be together again.
Yeah.
Leonard.
Angelo. Let me lug this.
Buddies again. All right.
Buddies again.
The way you fought, you ain't strong.
There was a line here that I always remembered where I think I said to you, come on, we split a steak and then we split a pool table.
Yes.
Meaning that we were going to sleep on a pool table?
We were going to
Was that
sleep
the
on a
idea?
pool
Yeah.
table. You were being polite. It could have been a little Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, right.
We were 50 years ahead of the time. But this relationship is a little bit...
friendly, yeah.
A little bit overly friendly and dedicated.
I say get rid of him. We lost 10 G's on him last night.
My advice is to wait. This boy's in love with his new face.
Cut it up. 10 G's worth and dump him.
Here's another example of the sets. They really told the story in a very tight little way.
Yeah.
You had this, the scene in the alley, the scene of the train tracks, the family apartment scene, the hotel lobby, a lot of sets.
It's very well produced.
Yeah.
My relationship on it, there was no question about me having the part as far as I knew. I'd been in a play in Los Angeles called The Great Man and gotten very good reviews with Dolores Costello and Albert Decker. And I played a part that was supposed to be done by Johnny Barrymore Jr. and it was an original play. And then a number of things I was offered after that, and I believe it must have been that. Somebody, I don't know if it was Herman Cohen, I suspect it was Herman Cohen, because I never met a casting man. Somebody was going to theaters around town and seeing things because I was sent over and I talked to Herman Cohen and at some point I had this script which had the face on the title. As I said, I don't know what the whole thing, and I don't remember anybody being a threat to me having the part, and I thought it was a terrific script, which indeed, if you come from Warner Brothers, it's a really good Warner Brothers script.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was delighted to be doing it.
So was I.
Me too.
I was really thrilled. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is the only time that I worked out of doors on location on this movie. It was this one shot.
At the church.
Going into the church, yeah.
Remember where this church was? No,
Downtown
now you're
LA.
indoors again.
Downtown LA. All of it was shot, all the rest was shot interior.
But see, there's lighting from the leaden window on the church.
Yeah. And another good set.
Why did you have me meet you here?
I wanted you to see with your own eyes what they're striving for. They've got big plans, Mike. Plans to help every kid in this neighborhood.
Okay. I'll chip in, but I don't want to run into Father Callahan.
You won't. He's out trying to raise money. So
I don't remember any of the other. King Kong was, of course, a major, well, it remains a major film.
Yeah, it still plays.
And I believe even with the new $200 million King Kong, that the original one is still considered the best of the films. I noticed they didn't get any.
If you look up Bruce Cabot on the internet, you see an amazingly long list of movies that he was in, well over 100 movies.
But was he at a major studio ever, like MGM or RKO, and starring like, because he could have been like Gable.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was always like the second lead, not starring.
Yeah, I always played the best friend. I never moved into the category where I was
The guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
Like you were, Leonard. But I was
Once in a while.
I was the best friend. The boy next door.
I did a lot of Indian jobs after this. I took anything I could get. I had to make a living.
Well, everybody did.
Yeah. I worked as an Indian in a number of television westerns.
I didn't know that.
Rawhide and Wagon Train and all of them.
Yeah, well, everybody did it.
Bonanza.
Well, at Warner's, they told me, because I was there an actor. I mean, I came directly from school, a school play, and I was assigned to the studio and said, you're doing this, trying to learn how to act. And they said, that was Sophie Rosenstein was the coach, and they said, it isn't enough you acting, you have to, at Warner's, you have to learn how to ride a horse and sing and dance.
Yeah.
If you can't ride a horse and sing and dance, we don't get full use out of you.
Right.
You're not used to it. Right. And so, and I did 2 westerns, and I did sing and dance. I actually was in a musical. Not that it took me 6 months to carry a tune. And a little thing, Look for the Silver Lining. It was a little thing, Debbie Reynolds, and I did. And she was a whiz. We signed the same weekend, and but I could never carry a tune. I can still sing Look for the Silver Lining, though, but it took 6 months. Look for the silver lining.
Good, Jack.
Whene'er a cloud
comes into view. Right.
Yeah. Remember somewhere the sun is shining. Well, kid, there you are. There we are again.
Yeah.
And look in the background, and there's
the Billy
that's
Goat
Buddy
gang.
Jackson. There's the gang, the Billy Goat gang. I don't know what that's. I don't know. I felt that it denigrated the film. This idea of the Billy Goat gang, like the Dead End Kids.
Yeah.
When I saw the thing, it made me feel like it wasn't right.
I worked with the Bowery Boys a lot. I
Did
think
you?
I'd done one of them just
Yeah.
before this. And when you are inexperienced and walk on a set with those guys, John Bromfield and I did it with them. You might as well throw away the script. They improvise and ad-lib everything.
Yeah.
Hunts and Leo and Gabe. Oh, God, they were a
I
scream
knew
to
quite
work
well
with.
Hunts Hall.
Yeah.
Hunts was a sweet guy.
Yeah, I still saw Hunts after that a lot, he and his wife. Leo went up to Oregon or someplace, but they all ended up so broke.
Yes, I knew that.
Nothing after those pictures.
Well, I think that was the intention here, because we have the Billy Goat gang up in the peanut heaven in this thing. We'll see them again. But I think the intention was to try to do a series of sequels.
Yeah, because the Bowery Boys, part of them were made up from the Dead End Kids, because Gabe Dell
Yes, they
and
were.
Leo came from that group, I think.
Leo Gorcey, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to see a fight now. Kid Monk is back.
But once again, when you think, there's the Billy Goat, and that's Buddy Jackson in the center.
I want to, next time he comes on, tell me where he is, because I want to see who he is.
He was very handsome, but decided he needed his nose made smaller. And it kept collapsing on him and gave him, I thought that's what gave him the psychological problem. This is just really well shot, Leonard.
Yeah.
You'll wear him down, I tell you. He can't take it anymore.
He looks familiar. I think
Yeah, and
he's
he
an
played
actor.
it was in Fighter Squadron. He played a guy giving orders which was Fighter Squadron was the first film I did. He was in cuts on ordering us to attack in our airplanes on D-Day.
He's a really good Well shot fight scenes.
Yeah.
Certainly taking a beating.
I didn't notice until that shot that I'm back in your corner.
Mm-hmm.
Angelo's back in your corner.
Uh-huh.
But this time in a shirt and tie instead of a sweatshirt with cut-off sleeves. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, he's second from the left.
Yeah.
Was Buddy Jackson. And another kid was the brother of a very successful television star, but I can't remember the name.
What a wind-up. We lose 20 G's. We haven't even got a piece of the purse.
Clean me out, too.
What are you moaning about? Hadn't been for you, Al and I would never got roped into this mess.
So the story here tells us that Monk let himself get into a tough fight and get his face beat up, but he regains his character.
That's the story. You mean you're discovering that for the first time? You gave a beautiful performance,
No.
and you didn't know that? Well, Errol Schuster's a better director than I thought
No,
at this time.
It
If you
works. I
that-
got it.
Finally, 53 years later, you know what your storyline was?
Wow.
Well, Leonard.
Oh, so that's what it's about.
Oh.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it.
I lost.
And I've tucked in my tie. Or
Yeah.
Angelo tucked in his tie.
Very
I don't
neat.
know why he had the tie out during the boxing, but why he tucked in the tie.
Very neat.
I noticed in the previous scene I had a little a swab behind my ear. I don't know who told me to do that. Very good characterization.
Yeah.
Hello, Paul.
Paul, we'll take you home when you're ready. I've heard rumors that the big gamblers lost money betting on you. Well, you fought your fight. And if need be, there's a few good, fast rounds left in me. And a hard left jab.
Another set.
Another very nice set. But when I ran this a week ago for the first time, there's something, and I'll say before we get to it because there won't be time. This is a nice set. Then next door there's supposed to be another, the recreation room or something. There's another scene. And I think that they didn't have time to shoot the other scene. We would have to look at the script to see if there was another scene, because it's odd to me that the film, it ends nicely, shortly, but it's odd to me the film ends here instead of a celebration of Kid Monk Baroni
The contribution.
next door at the party.
Yeah.
And the little girl at the end, David Koppel said was his mother, Jack Broder's daughter, when she was a little girl.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I, wasn't in that scene.
Little girl on the way out. Yeah.
Oh, I remember to do my little genuflection with a little bit late, Jack. But there's Johnny again. Archer.
Come on, be a good guy. Be a good guy. Come on.
He's so funny.
There you go. There you go.
It's so much
It's called
under
giving
that
something
coat.
back.
Yeah. He was a sweet guy, and a
Yeah.
very nice actor.
Yeah.
He joined, Mr. Chekhov's group. He wanted to go study there, and he did too, with me.
Okay.
Okay, indeed.